Welcome to the Mycotoxin Prediction Forecast, brought to you by Biomin, the world leader in mycotoxin management. This week, we will look into the predicted risk for deoxynivalenol contaminations in European winter wheat. In particular during Anthesis, weather is critical for infection with Fusarium graminearum auriculmorum and subsequent accumulation of deoxynivalenol. Our prediction model therefore uses weather and the estimated times of Anthesis as the main indicators for future contamination with mycotoxins. Today we will discuss the risk for deoxynivalenol in growing regions that have or are about to reach Anthesis in late June and July. This includes particular growing regions in the north and northeast of the continent, including the Baltic states and Scandinavia. The weather late June had been very dry in most of Europe. Growing regions in Scandinavia had been no exception. Only up to 4 days with at least 2 hours worth of rain were recorded here, with in most cases much less. Compared to last year, this period now is even drier, with 2 to 3 days of rain less throughout the regions. It's hard to believe, but early July is forecast to become substantially wetter. In Finland, with 6 to 7 rainy days and 10 to 12 days worth of rain are forecast for Sweden and Denmark. With the exception of Finland, where it had been much wetter during this period in 2020, precipitation is about similar to what we have experienced last year. If the forecast holds true, flowering crops during this period are at a much higher risk of infection with Fusarium graminearum and accumulation of deoxynivalenol. This is reflected in the increased risk estimates of the Biomin Mycotoxin Prediction tool. The Biomin Mycotoxin Prediction tool uses 15 factors that incorporate global hourly weather data and the effect these factors have on the plant, fungi and mycotoxin production, together with the historic data of the Biomin Mycotoxin Survey. Using an average across major European regions, we estimated the overall risk for deoxynivalenol contaminations in the upcoming wheat harvest. The risk levels shown represent the percentage likelihood that a crop will contain more than 150 parts per billion of deoxynivalenol. The highest average risk remains for Southern Europe, with an estimated 45% of harvests above the risk threshold. But now, with the actual weather for Anthesis substantiating predictions for northern and northeastern European countries, the predicted risk also for these regions is estimated to range from 31 up to 34%. A more granular view shows that risk is not equally distributed. Predicted hotspots for DON in wheat include in particular southern regions of Spain and Italy, Turkey as well as parts of Bulgaria. Risk for zearalenone is in general lower and mostly coincides with the prevalence of deoxynivalenol. While the overall risk for regions is low, regional hotspots may occur where additional precautions are advised. Keep tuned in for our European mycotoxin prediction and occurrence updates. With the wheat growing season almost finished, we will return with risk assessments for mycotoxins in European maize starting with week 32.